Another existential issue, pensions, public safety pensions. The city's pension expenses for police and fire personnel are ballooning. Benefit payments are virtually guaranteeing the city budget every year goes into a deficit. Last year, the council, in effect, refinanced its benefits, stretching them out, but also adding $2 billion in interest expenses. Daniel Valenzuela, did this maneuver take care of the pension problem?
It didn't take care of the pension problem. In fact, when we voted on this issue, in passing this particular item, those of us who supported it, and I'll speak for myself, set it up front. This is not taking care of the pension problem.
So what would you follow up with?
Well, we need more reforms, Bram. I will just take a moment in saying that I'm the one person on this stage that has actually done something around pensions and pension reform. I've led the effort with our City of Phoenix pension system, which now puts us on track as a city to save more than $1 billion over a 23-year period. I've co-chaired the effort, Prop 124, on the public safety side, where we are realizing the same type of savings. It's something that we have to continue to bring people to the table to and continue to reform as we move forward.
What's the next step?
The next step is to bring people together to actually take care of this. When we extended our payments, and it's easy to simply say we shouldn't have done that, okay? But if you can sort of equate it to the person who is at home watching, if you could afford to pay off your mortgage in 15 years, then why wouldn't you? And some people, probably most people, can't afford to do that, okay, right?
I want to go to Nick Sarwark. You must have strong opinions about the pension.
I do. And the reason is I have 4 children, all of whom are under the age of 8. And the problem with what the council did with these pensions and kicking the can down the road an extra 10 years, they save $15 million a year right now at a cost of $2.3 billion in extra interest payments. The thing that makes me so upset about this is not a single council member who is on the council who voted for it will pay those taxes. I won't pay those taxes. That is a millstone around my children's neck because those interest payments don't come due until my newborn Zane turns 18, or 20 actually. They're kicking it so far into the future because they can't do what every small business owner knows how to do. When you don't have enough money, you reprioritize and you balance your checkbook.
Okay, reprioritize, balance the checkbook right now to pay off those benefits. How would you do it?
I would do it by saying, look, if you had an unforeseen gap in your paycheck was a little bit smaller, maybe 3 pennies smaller. You got 97 cents for every dollar. You would figure that out in your household. A Phoenix voter would figure out, how do I live on 97 cents out of every dollar? If we take just 3 pennies out of every line item in the Phoenix budget, we fill the pension hole, we meet our obligations to our first responders, our police and firemen who have served us now, and we don't saddle our children with $2.3 billion in debt.
Kate Gallego, if you took 3 pennies per dollar out of the budget, would that solve the problem?
That's not a real solution. We've had a lot of litigation over pension, and it's very clear that in the state of Arizona, you have to meet the obligations you have made to your employees. I've tried to lead by looking forward, looking at what got us into this hole in the first place. The pension, public safety pension, is 40% funded. That's not acceptable. Previous elected officials made decisions that were very irresponsible about how the money was invested. And it's actually thinking about our children today that we made the decision we did about stabilizing the pension. Should we really say to today's children who had nothing to do with the huge dives in the pension funding that we're going to cut libraries for you and parks for you? We should spread that over time and make responsible decisions. I've also taken a lead as the chair of the Finance Committee at the City Council at looking at how we were invested. There were some very risky investments made in the past, and we've now hired consultants and are pushing for responsible investing that's consistent with best practices. I'll continue to fight. I was also very proud to lead.
What's the next step?
Fighting spiking, which is also very important. And I think it's important to know that we have 2 pension systems. One, the state really leads on those decisions, the public safety pension. In there, it needs to be looking at responsible compensation where we can afford the pension system,
okay,
but also looking.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to wrap it up there. Okay, thank you.